Hi everyone. Welcome to the final Halloween, final Who Would Win of October. So it's still Halloween based. It's a little chilly out here, so I've got a vest on, keep me nice and warm. And yeah, this one comes from Anthony Dahl. Thank you, Anthony, for your enjoyment and your watching. We appreciate it. Or I appreciate it. Mark appreciates it. We all appreciate it. Excuse me. And this is one that, and I brought it up last. I actually think I brought it up in the last video. I think I brought it up in my box office last week. That what this one is. And obviously, you can tell by the title, but to explain. And I'm like, I got this one, Beetlejuice versus Pennywise the Clown, and I'm thinking to myself, that's an odd one. I mean, it can work. It perfectly works fine for Halloween. But I'm like, can that be done? I mean, is there enough weaknesses and strengths between the two of them to make it a kind of interesting fight? And the answer actually turned out to be, yeah, there actually was. So let's get to this. Now, I don't have a height or weight for either of these guys, because even though Beetlejuice does have a human form, theoretically, he's a ghost, but he's the ghost with the most. He's dead, but he's got a human form. Undead human, mind you, but there's no height or weight. Height and weight is not playing a factor in this, let's be clear. But Beetlejuice, more or less, Beetlejuice is the ghost of the most. Now, it's been said that he's been dead for probably hundreds and hundreds of years. As he says, he lived... Wait a minute. You know what? That's one of those things I gotta get up, because I don't think I can remember that quote quite right, and I kind of want to do... like I did with the Michael Myers one, Beetlejuice. So, how did he put it exactly? Now, none of this is confirmed for his actual past, because when he was giving this character, giving this a dialogue, he was more or less probably just being a dick. But that being said, let me just clear my throat to make this quote. Okay, I'm bringing that up. My computer's not lagging right now. Okay, good. Yeah, because, or Beetlejuice as he's also known, but it's Beetlejuice is his name. Okay, now let's see here. Okay. He attended Juilliard. He graduated from Harvard Business School, traveled quite extensively, lived through the Black Plague, and had a pretty good time during that, and has seen The Exorcist about 167 times, and it keeps getting funnier every single time that I see it. Not to mention, you're talking to a dead guy. So come on, you think I'm qualified? That's a good old-fashioned kind of horror comedy. I mean, it's got horror. It does have scary imagery in there, so you could call it a horror comedy if you really want. But it's not like Evil Dead 2. It's not gory per se. It's just got some intense imagery for kids. But anyway, no. Beetlejuice. He's crude, he's rude, and he's perverted. And this is just going by the movie version. Should note that I'm more or less combining the abilities and persona of the movie and cartoon version. Because we get the full roster of his powers in there, because they're both pretty much the same character. It's just they've changed up a few story elements. So we're getting a combination, basically, of that. That being said, yeah, rude, crude, and perverse. Loves to scare people. He doesn't work well with others. In fact, that's what Lydia basically calls his biggest weakness. His powers are highly varying. Hello, puppy. And Domino, you want to go see your mommy? Go see your mommy. Come on. Yep, go see mommy. Sorry about that. His powers range from shape-shifting, invulnerability, flight, levitation, intangibility, teleportation, regeneration, reality warping, conjuring, summoning, possession, and voice mimicry. Domino, seriously? 1 second. Huh? I'm not playing with you right now, dog. I got a video to do. Why are you always messing up the videos, Domino? It's always like this when I'm out here. It's quite annoying, to be honest. Anywho. So, yes, his powers are... He is among the most powerful beings in the netherworld when his powers are on point. He is the ghost with the most. He's also chemically inclined, making some of the greatest stink bombs in the netherworld. His sense of humor can actually crack him up, so it can crack him out of being scared stiff, as it was when being faced with something that actually scares him, like sandworms. He's got a humongous fear of sandworms. where he's literally scared stiff, like frozen in ice, but his sense of humor can crack himself out of that state, or Lydia can help him out. Everything that goes in this fight, let's be clear, he is dead. He's a dead person. So this is not going to be a fight of killing Beetlejuice, even though in theory he could actually be killed, like exorcised in some way. This is not going to be about killing him. He also has rank body odor to like how Lydia stands around him. No idea. That being said, power is word based, and because of that, he only has somewhat more, as it said, he has only somewhat more control over his powers than he does himself, because his powers, not all of his powers are word based, but like, intangibility, stuff like that. But he's also bound by some of the ghost world laws. Like when he had cabin fever, he couldn't go intangible and walk out of the walls. Or walk through the walls. Now, that said, ailments aren't going to hurt him. He's pretty much more or less immune to all diseases. In fact, he even carries most of the diseases that he's had over time, like the common cold, black plague, so forth. But that said, saying things like, "I'm coming apart at the seams," will literally make him fall apart and make him useless until then. Until he can be reassembled. Or making a pun like batter, you once said, "You can be the judge of that, Lydia," and all of a sudden Lydia was in a judge's gown and things like that. So his powers are very word based and very pun based, and that could bite him in the ass sometimes. Also, his regeneration and his powers don't work unless his entire body is together. If he's missing a hand, his powers aren't going to work. He needs to be fully intact for his power to work. Otherwise, he would be exorcised by sundown in one episode. Scared to death of sandworms completely and utterly. He's resistant but not immune to mind control. But he's It's one of those things where let's be clear. Pennywise actually does have some levels of mind control, but not on a level I think he'd be able to manipulate Beetlejuice in any way. So that's not going to play a factor in this fight. And of course, he's summoned 3 times by saying his name 3 times. And nope, down. You're not going to be going in yet. You're going to be going in when I say you go in, dog. You're not going to keep going in and out. Sorry, because that's you got dog hair on my screen. Sorry, I lost my place there for a second. Okay, no, yeah. He's summoned by saying his name 3 times, and then he's unsummoned by saying his name 3 times. So if someone says his name 3 times, then yeah. But as we saw in the movie, he covered. I can't remember the woman's ghost's name, but covered her mouth with tape. Then it covered it with like a steel seal with bolts in it. So yeah, he made it so that she couldn't talk. Yeah. So that's Beetlejuice. Powerful, but not infallible by any stretch of the means. Pennywise the Clown. Now this is because I did not read the novel a bit, because I pretty much went to the Wikipedia page, to be fair. But not just Wikipedia, like the It Wikipedia, like the It for It fans. So it's the actual It Wikipedia, the page. I looked up Pennywise. Apparently, Pennywise is millions of years old and is more or less probably like a cosmic entity. A demonic entity on par with the turtle from like the Dark Tower and stuff like that. Yeah, that's interesting. Now he has no true form that humans can comprehend. The reason he took the form of the Pennywise the Clown is because he was preying off the fears of people. Basically, he can read minds and telepathy, and he can well, I just realized that might. Oh no, I was about to say that might steal this fight real quick, but no, it's not gonna. No, he can read minds, and and basically he likes to take on the persona of the person's greatest fear, and because as he says, it's like tenderizing flesh. Basically, fear-induced flesh tastes the best. But the clown's his preferred one. He has no true human form. The reason he took the spider form is because it's the closest representation of what his form really is to us humans. Apparently, for someone who actually saw his, like a glimpse of his actual form, it's like a orange, hairy, light creature, whatever it is. He has a massive superiority complex, so he thinks he is above everything else, which is why when he keeps losing to the losers, the kids, he starts doubting and says, like, am I not that superior being I thought I was? Shapeshift, he can shapeshift to pretty much anything. Again, though, the clown is his preferred form, but he will take the form of usually what will scare someone the most. He's capable of creating illusions that can actually hurt people. So, it's not. That being said, someone can see through the illusion and break the illusion, but it's more like a weak summoning ability than or conjuring ability than is an illusion ability. So that's interesting. He can turn partially invisible, being seen only by a few people. And oh my God, Domino, it's a twister! It's a twister! And there's Domino. Hi, baby. Whoa, hey, calm down, Whoa, calm down. It's just the wind. It's just the wind. But as I said, he has regeneration, but it seems to. Whoa. All right, you want to go back in? You better stay inside. 1 second. There you go. Go back inside. See mommy. He has regeneration, however, it's not a guarantee. It's not a surefire ability. It seems to come and go in phases because he can be injured. He's been near killed before. In fact, one of his weaknesses is no matter what form he takes, he's bound by the physics of that form. If, say, that form were destroyed, he, in theory, could die. So he's not invulnerable, per se, though he's got levels of invulnerability. Telepathy, he can read minds. That's how he takes on the form a lot of the time. Brainwashing, he can do it to some effects. Deadlights, his deadlights. Now, this is apparently dealing with the realm he comes from. It's a light that anyone who stares into will instantly go insane. Any living thing will go insane, which is why I brought up the fact that Beetlejuice is dead, because it's not going to affect Beetlejuice. In fact, if he's going to try to use his deadlights, I'll get to that, honestly, because I think this will be a pretty entertaining fight. Yeah, no, but deadlights cause any living being to go insane. He can kill plants instantly with a touch. And yeah. Now, that being said, he's psychically sensitive. Things like courage, heart, more or less lack of fear of him will weaken him. He has because of his superiority complex, he seems to let people get away or have openings to get away, so he kind of screws up his own plans a lot of the times. And as I said, he's bound to the laws of whatever physical form he took, so he can be theoretically killed. So, well, that being said, let's bring this Halloween to a close. It's showtime! So let's bring this fight. Let's say Lydia's gone on a vacation to Derry, Maine. Beetlejuice is kind of partway. He can be partly in the world of living when Lydia's not summoning him. Again, we're combining it's pretty much Beetlejuice from the anime show, but let's say he's a little aged up and kind of looks like the Michael Keaton one, but he's not the horrible individual. He's not the antagonist, basically. He was. He's a combination, more or less. So they go to Derry, Maine, see the clown. I was like, Beetlejuice suddenly goes, that guy was so Lids, what are we gonna do? So anyway, yeah, they go and then they come across the clowns. Like, hey, Lydia, don't you want a balloon? And Lydia's suddenly. Surprisingly, though, he's finding he can't pinpoint actual fear in Lydia because he's trying to read his. I would imagine that despite the fact that he can read minds, he would have trouble with those who have dealt with things like that and maybe have some resistance. So, because honestly, he reads the minds of normal people. Lydia's not quite a normal. I mean, by all accounts, she's just a human, but she's dealt with so much stuff that she's probably got some resistance. And it's like. She also probably stumbled upon trying to eat a kid or something like that. Like, hey, Leon's like, oh, what you got? Come on, Lydia. I say, what the? How did you know my name? I say, Liz, I don't like this guy. I say, Beetlejuice. And then it's showtime. It's like, comes out. It's like, who the heck are you? It's like, me, I'm your worst nightmare. I'm the fly in the ointment. And turns into that. I'm the monkey in the wrench. A monkey-shaped wrench. I'm the ghost with the most, baby. So it's like, oh, okay. So then he's just gonna try to drive them crazy. It's like, Lydia, don't look. So dead light suddenly. It's like, ugh. And then he comes. Then he just comes in. It's like, hold on a second. And just snaps door suddenly. And Pennywise is like, what the hell? It's like, yeah, see, buddy, I can already tell that thing is used to drive people insane. Joke's on you. I've had a screw loose since I was a kid. So rather than that, Pennywise realizes, like, what am I dealing with right now? Because he's probably seeing Beetlejuice floating there like lounging. It's like, do. So now it's just like, okay. So now it's just like, because honestly, Pennywise, while probably being physically stronger than most individuals, doesn't have many actual offensive moves. Otherwise, just like, so you just try to grab Beetlejuice, all of a sudden, oh, what the? I was like, oh yeah, sorry about that, buddy. Here's a parting gift for you. Bombs away! And then just disappears in bats, teleports. Oh God! Oh you! And so suddenly he's like, come on, buddy, you can't beat me. I'm the ghost with the most. All of a sudden, he just reads Beetlejuice's mind. I don't think Beetlejuice is immune to it. He's probably resistant, but he's not immune. And while I don't think he could, he might be able to glean say his name 3 times. Domino, you're not coming out. You've been too in and out right now. So well, I think he could probably glean both his fear and the Beetlejuice thing. He's probably first going to try to change into the sandworm, which I think is going to. He's like, yo, is that right, buddy? He's like, come on, man, I'm not afraid of anything. Is that right? I can't just suddenly turns into a sandworm. The Beetlejuice, he's not really a sandworm. Beetlejuice is he's like, what's the matter? Beetlejuice, he's not really a sandworm, snap out of it. And finally they will say something to snap out. It's like, who are you? Are you a chicken? So it's like, no, no, you're not a chicken, you're a ghost. You're the most. You're the ghost with the most. All of a sudden he just turns into maybe like a giant bird. It's like, just like, about to say, whoa. It's like, you think you're so tough? How you doing, a Beetlejuice? It's like, uh-oh, Beetlejuice! And all of a sudden, Pennywise suddenly finds this thing just strapped on. So it's like, yeah, that's not happening. And even though Pennywise can transform into whatever, I have a feeling that thing would still remain on whatever form he takes. It's like, yeah, let's take this somewhere more. Let's take this somewhere where I got a bit more of a home turf advantage. All of a sudden, hey, let's say, right, all of a sudden he grabs Pennywise, Beetlejuice, and they go back to the netherworld. What the? Where am I? Even though he's a million-year-old demonic entity, I don't think he's ever died. I mean, sans the actual It novel. So he's probably never been saying, where am I? You're on my turf now, buddy. And he just starts messing the hell. Here's the thing. Pennywise is a millions of year old demonic entity from probably another dimension. He's going up against a dead guy. Pennywise literally doesn't have anything that could kill Beetlejuice or even stop Beetlejuice. The only way he can stop Beetlejuice is maybe by saying his name 3 times, and it would simply just be the same situation that happened in the movie where he just sealed up her mouth. He'd seal up Pennywise's mouth and say, yeah, no, that ain't happening. So now that we're in the netherworld, that ain't gonna happen anyway. So go ahead, you can say my name all you want, buddy. He's like, Beetlejuice. What the ways am I gonna? Because you're on my turf now, buddy. Come on, let's go for a spin. And just how he turns and says, whoa, just, all of a sudden, Pennywise is, ah! So now Beetlejuice is more or less just torturing him, and the other world just gags and things like that, and Pennywise eventually would go down. I think the overall winner of this is Beetlejuice, simply because both of them actually have a lot of weaknesses when you actually break it down. Despite it being really infallible beings in some ways, they both have a lot of weaknesses to them. But Beetlejuice can cover his weaknesses a lot better than Pennywise can. Pennywise is psychically vulnerable to things like courage, lack of fear, kindness, heart, love, all that stuff. Beetlejuice is not. Beetlejuice Jesus, dog. Beetlejuice might come undone if he says the wrong thing, but given protecting Lydia, which is one of those big things, he cares very much for Lydia, he's not going to risk doing something stupid like that. He's actually quite intelligent when it comes down to things. So Beetlejuice covers his weaknesses a lot better than Pennywise does, and therefore, because Pennywise doesn't actually have anything that kills or even incapacitates Beetlejuice for very long, I gotta give this to Beetlejuice in the long run. Because again, overall a greater range of abilities, covers his weaknesses better, and he's dead. So unless Pennywise can either exercise him or just incapacitate him, let's paint that picture real quick. Is there any way for Pennywise to do that? If he can somehow really quickly say Beetlejuice's name 3 times, it's the only way I see him winning, and that's like a... Look, I'm giving this to be able just 95% of the time. 5% of the time, Pennywise will maybe say his name real quick, and before Lydia can, he'll eat Lydia. I don't know. That's a very unlikely scenario. I think Beetlejuice honestly takes this the vast majority of the time, but it's still an interesting fight, all things considered. So, I mean, for a Halloween who would win, yeah, I thought that was actually a pretty good one. So thanks, Anthony Dahl. If you got any other suggestions for who wins, I'd love to hear them. Put them in down. Put them in the comments, and that's for anyone too. If anyone has any ideas for who wins, put those in the comments below. I do get to them. I put them on the list. If I don't get to them right away, they will always be on the list for me to get to at another point in time. I always try to write down the person who suggests them's name so I can give them a shout out. So thanks, Anthony. Happy Halloween to every one of you. There will be a review for Inferno tomorrow night and Box Office on Sunday. After that, we'll be going back to the normal schedule. I've been taking a hiatus this week for just personal reasons. Give me some lighten the workload a little bit during the week. So thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and I will see you folks next.